Hey everybody, we're back.
So we decided to just take it easy and do like a little home vlog.
She's not wrong. Actually, part of the reason we're doing a home vlog is because we're still kind of all recuperating after everything that happened. So we're just taking it easy, chilling at home.
Yeah.
So I guess come hang out with us so we can chat.
Let's go. Oh man.
It's been a day.
I think she forgot how we do our opening.
No, it's been a day. Listen, it's been a day.
I'm going to tell you, it's not just been a day. We were thinking 2020 was great for us.
It wasn't a bad year.
Aside from a pandemic.
And Disneyland being closed.
Yeah. And the beach and...
Yeah, like had COVID not happened, we would have been 30, flirty, and thriving.
Yeah.
In 2020.
Yeah.
2021 is a bitch.
It sucks.
2021 told 2020, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting comfortable.
Yeah, it sucks. And I hope things are going better for all of you because they're not going so great for us.
They'll pick back up, but man,
yeah.
It's really tried my patience the last, I feel like the last week has lasted 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm ready for March to be over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're still in March.
Yeah. The worst.
Yeah, it's rough. But you know, we got some Disney news.
We did. So I went out and checked the mail one day.
And look what we got in the mail. Look at I just kind of covered it.
Here, why don't you and current resident just do this and I can leave?
Yeah. No, we got this in the mail. Tell them about it.
So, yeah, it's called Disneyland Forward, and I'm assuming it went out to pretty much all of the residents of Anaheim.
Yeah.
We're literally a 10-minute drive from Anaheim. Pre-COVID, we would hear the fireworks every night.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you could see them. If you stood at a certain spot in our complex, you could see them. So we got this in the mail, and it's called Disney Forward, and it's basically regarding the expansion that was announced.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. It came with this little pamphlet that Diane has, but it also came with a letter, and I feel that the letter could be looked at two ways. The way that I looked at it, Disney was basically blaming the city. Rude.
Yeah.
Saying that if
it says it in here, I think. Let me find the exact words.
It's in the letter itself.
Yeah, right here. We want to bring more Disney investment to Anaheim. However, this simply isn't possible under current inflexible planning restrictions unless we remove and replace treasured rides and attractions in our parks today. Without updates, new Disney experiences and placemaking created from our beloved stories will likely never find their way to the Disneyland Resort, as they have to other parks throughout the world. With Disneyland Forward and more flexibility within our existing properties, new lands and adventures like those underway at Tokyo Disney Sea and Shanghai Disneyland could inspire new experiences here.
So here's what I have to say about this. And what I think is funny about it is we've said for a really long time, Disneyland, although it's the original, does feel like the stepchild that's not taken care of. Even as cast members, any new costumes that we got were from Disney World or from a different Disney park.
Yeah, they were used.
So we always got the hand-me-downs. Right. And so we've said for a long time, they don't really care about Disney. Disneyland is what's cared about. That's why they have Avatar. That's why they have this, that, and the other.
Disney World.
Yeah, that's why Disney World has it. So I just feel like this is them saying, well, the city of Anaheim is not bending their restrictions for us. So that's why you guys are left out of everything.
Yeah, this is what you got is we take your treasured rides and we get rid of them and just redo rides and sections that we already have. But living in this area and living so close to Disneyland and also have worked there, there's a lot of like office buildings and small like little warehouses behind where Toontown is, if you know the Disneyland area. And all of those offices really, you could shrink that down to just a small area of offices that really need to be at Disneyland. And then I think the rest can go to Burbank, to the Burbank Studios.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, the expansion, however, the picture that they showed us in our map, it looks amazing. And it basically ultimately is going to take up the current, what is that called? Downtown Disney parking.
Right.
So the Simba lot, all the way to the old Downtown Disney parking.
Which is like kind of in front of the Disneyland Hotel right now.
Yeah, and all the way to basically right across the street from the parking structure.
From the Mickey and Friends parking structure.
So that's a huge amount of property.
Yeah.
And apparently this expansion is supposed to like be involved with the hotels, which, so I wonder.
Yeah, they're going to leave the Disneyland Hotel where it's at and the Paradise Pier Hotel. And then they're just going to build all these things around him, around that area, which it's a lot of area.
It is. It's a huge amount of area.
What things they're going to build, nobody knows. Everybody's speculating. I've heard that they're going to build Wakanda.
Yeah.
And I've heard vloggers and YouTubers say that you can see on the map this blotch and it looks like the big Black Panther, and I don't see that.
I mean, and here's the thing. We said, Alonzo said that ESPN should have been turned into Wakanda headquarters. So
right. So
you're welcome, Disney.
Yeah.
And like on this pamphlet, they have a Frozen Land that's in Tokyo. They have Zootopia that's in Shanghai. They did on a different show that Lonzo and I watched, they had a pirates like Skull Island from Peter Pan.
Yeah, they said that, it's not on there. I thought it was on
No,
here.
the Peter Pan one isn't.
Yeah, they showed like the pirate ship you can see, and they talked about
Jolly Roger.
Like they said, having to get rid of our treasured rides and things for new ones. So when they show that, I'm assuming they're going to get rid of the Peter Pan's Flight for like a new Peter Pan?
Maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Or get rid of all of... But then that's in a totally different area. Now what are you going to do over there in Fantasyland?
I don't know. There's a bunch of Disney classic rides they could put over there. What they need to do is they need to take Little Mermaid from DCA and they need to put Little Mermaid over in Fantasyland.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't go... DCA needs to be deemed like Marvel / Pixar park.
Yeah.
Because
have some organization to it.
Yeah, because really at this point you've got Pixar Pier, you've got Cars Land, and then with the Avengers Campus, you've Monsters Inc. Mm-hmm. It's all Pixar or Marvel themed, and I think Ariel is just kind of out of the way. You could even take like, what is it, Soarin', and turn it into like a Marvel ride where you're in a jet, like a Captain Marvel ride, or a Falcon and Winter Soldier are really big right now. Mm-hmm. So they need to take Ariel, they need to put that, you know what, get rid of, probably unpopular opinion, get rid of Snow White, get rid of Peter Pan, and just make that whole thing Ariel. Not Peter Pan, Pinocchio.
Yeah, but see, that's probably what they're going to do, because they're talking about, you got to let go of your treasured rides. I mean, that's your treasured rides, because all these other ones are new rides. So.
I feel like it's an excuse that they're using, and they're trying to rile people up, locals up, to call Anaheim and say,
what are you doing to our park?
Loosen the restrictions, the restrictions.
Yeah.
So while I think I get part of the problem is you can either, in Orange County, the plots, this is a hotel, this is a mall, this is a theme park. Each area is like designated to a certain thing, and that's all you can do here.
Yeah.
So the problem is they want to build these attractions around the hotels, so that's where their zoning issues are. But also, don't submit specific plans for approval, and then once you get the approval, change the plans and then be pissed off that the city is like, well, you can't do that. This wasn't approved.
And that was when they first presented plans for where ESPN Zone is, the AMC Theater, and Rainforest Cafe. They were going to build a grand hotel there for DVC, the Vacation Club members. And they presented it to the City of Anaheim. City of Anaheim approved it. But then Disney, when they went to go actually build it, they kicked everybody out of those buildings. It was a totally different plan than the City of Anaheim saw. It was a much bigger, more elaborate, wasn't approved plans. And so the City of Anaheim said, no, you can't do that one. You can do the first one. And Disney didn't want to do the first one. They wanted to do the bigger one.
They threw a little fit about it.
Yeah, and so that's why those three just sit there. So
yeah, so I mean, I think on both hands, yes, I think the city needs to be a little more flexible with it. But on the other hand, I think Disney needs to be upfront with it too. And they need to not sit there and say, we're going to do X, Y, and Z when really they're doing C, D, and E.
Yeah. I am very excited for it. Unfortunately, a couple of things. The plans, what I read, will not be submitted until 2024. So we still got 3 years for the plans to even get submitted before they get approved. So, I mean, they just wanted us to know, and like Casey said, maybe rile up the Disney fans and saying, hey, City of Anaheim, get more land for Disney and approve it. So, I mean, we got 3 years just before the plans are submitted. And another thing that kind of, fluffs my feathers is we never mentioned Tomorrowland. And Tomorrowland is really, really, really getting outdated. It's like 1990s land.
Yeah, I miss the People Mover. I loved Rocket Rods. So
I went on it once.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Rocket Rods.
It was fun.
I know
it
didn't, go over well, but I think there's people that miss that nostalgia of an attraction that is still there and you're not utilizing.
Yeah.
I think that's a big problem too, is they're not really using everything.
Yeah, and the thing I heard on that, which I don't know if it's true, the reason we don't have the People Mover or Rocket Rods kept breaking down.
Right.
But the reason we don't have those is because they're up on a platform, and with the rules these days, the ADA, you need, access to be able to get handicapped people on the ride and then get them off in case the ride gets stuck or there's an earthquake or whatever. And they didn't have any access like that. All they had was ladders, and you can't do ladders.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's why our Skyway didn't.
I like the
Skyway. I love the Skyway.
But that doesn't make any sense because SeaWorld has a Skyway, or the zoo.
Yeah,
so,
and SeaWorld.
Yeah, so I mean, if they can have Skyways.
And now Disney World.
Right, so I don't think that's an NDA thing.
Yeah, I don't think that was.
Because here's the deal, if you break down on the Skyway, regardless of if you're ambulatory or not,
Fire department's
getting you out of there.
I've seen it happen many a time.
Tell them about when you were at Knott's Berry Farm at the Boeing party. And you were...
Oh, yeah. When I worked at Knott's Berry Farm in the Fiesta Village where I showed you guys... in our last video, I was over there doing a special event, and I think it was Boeing.
It was the Boeing party, yeah.
And I'm over there cooking, got the grill going and this and that. And, I'm like, what time does this party start? And they're like, it already started. I'm like, where's the people? I've got, 300 hamburgers done and hot dogs and chicken and all this stuff. And somebody came and pointed and said, half of them are up there stuck on that ride.
The Windseeker ride was what it was called.
And it takes you way up top, and And was it like a...
You went around in a circle, but it's like the higher up you got, the further out your seat went. I never went on that ride.
Was it like the Silly Symphony, but
way up top? Way up top, and I don't think you went as fast.
Yeah. But yeah, they were up in those little swinger seats, stuck, and my whole shift, I was there for 8 hours. They were still stuck up there. I was able to come home and watch it on the news.
Because I was watching it while she was at work.
Yeah, and see that they were able to get those people down after being up there over 8 hours.
They were probably starving.
Yeah, they said they had food for them, food and a t-shirt, because they were stuck for so long.
Sorry, here's a Windseeker t-shirt to remember your trip.
I'd be so upset. They missed that whole party. But yeah, like on the Disneyland Forever, I am excited, even though the theme park gals complain.
Still fun.
That's what we do.
I think the possibility is fun.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder, so if you know anything about the 3 Disneyland hotels, you have Paradise Pier, Disneyland, and the California Grand. Ranking them, the Paradise Pier is like the Motel 6 of Disneyland.
Yeah, it's the cheaper one.
Then you have the like Marriott Holiday Inn being the Disneyland hotel. And then you have like
the Hilton,
the Westin, Beverly St. Regis. Yeah, like that's the Grand. Yeah. So I think this is a way of also making those 2 cheaper hotels more expensive.
Yeah.
And aren't they making one full tower a DVC tower?
Yeah. For
Disneyland Hotel. Remember that one tower by the Bob?
All that footage that we showed, if you look back at some of our videos, and we would show on our way into downtown Disney, look, they're remodeling the Disneyland Hotel, and you could see them pulling out mattresses,
the beds and everything,
and putting in new mattresses and all kinds of stuff. And I was so excited for the hotel to open up, and then we find out that section, which in my day, it was called the Bonita Towers, and we always stayed at the Bonita Towers because the waterfall was near there. And if you kept your sliding door open, you could hear the waterfall going until they shut it off like at, 11:30, 12 or something. But we always stayed in those towers, and then I found out they're turning those into DVC. There's always there's already a section of the Grand.
Yeah.
So now I guess they're doing are they going to just leave the Paradise Pier for us, or are they going to give that to...
I doubt it. I don't think we'd be able to afford to stay in either of those hotels. I've stayed in Paradise Pier, that's the only one of the 3 hotels on property that I've stayed at. I loved it.
Yeah.
We went and watched a movie on the roof.
Pocahontas.
Their pool is on the roof. Yeah. They have a water slide, not just for children.
No,
we did it multiple times.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's great. So I highly recommend going there. We did have friends that stayed at the Grand and the Disneyland Hotel, so we've been in their pools, and those are fabulous.
Yeah, like I said, we used to yearly, my family, before Kc, you
had a family before me?
Yeah, when I lived in San Diego growing up, my family would always take a trip once a year to Disneyland, and we would go around Memorial Weekend, and they always had, like, their theme was Disneyland and all that jazz, and they had a bunch of jazz performers there, like big names, like if you know jazz, it was like Cal Jader, Sarah Vaughan, Della Reese,
Mohammed Hatsabar,
no such person,
David Brubeck,
Georgie
Brubeck, and Patty Duke. All of them were there. All the goods.
Yeah, those aren't anybody real.
It's a trio in my brain.
But if you know jazz, it was Disneyland and all that jazz. It was always around Memorial Weekend, and we would every year we would go. We did it like 3-4 years in a row, and we stayed at the Disneyland Hotel. And like I said, that was our tower, the Bonita Towers. I don't know what they call them now.
I don't know.
But I haven't really stayed there since.
It's not the Fantasyland Towers. I think it's the Adventure Tower.
Yeah, the Fantasyland Towers has the Pirates Suite and Mickey Suite, isn't it?
The Fantasyland Tower. the Fantasyland Tower is the main tower that you check into.
Okay.
That's the Fantasyland.
And is it adventure?
It's either there's an adventure tower and a frontier tower. Because when you go in, they have little models. So in the frontier tower, which I think that one's the one with all the suites.
That's the one that's closest to downtown Disney.
That one has like
Pirates of the Caribbean suite. It's got a Mickey Mouse suite. What else did we see?
They have a not a tiki
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, and or like a
Cruise,
tiki suite.
Yeah.
I'd love to stay in those.
Yeah, I would too.
If you go there, you can go up to the floor. It's the same floor that Concierge is on. Oh, they have the Mickey Mouse suite and the Cinderella suite. All of those.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, all of those.
Yeah, you can go up there and
you
see the doors.
You can ring the doorbell and it plays Yo Ho.
Yeah,
on the pirate
one.
suite.
But if somebody's staying there, then you gotta
weird.
run.
Yeah, you gotta run down the way. That's the only one though, because I've rung all of them.
They don't do anything but the pirate suite.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's a good hotel. Yeah, so so that's all I think we got for Disneyland Forward.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I would just like to. I'm really anxious about Disneyland opening at the end of April, but I don't think we're going to be able to afford it because I don't think they're going to do annual passes.
Neither do I.
And I think it's going to be like 150 something like that to get in,
and it's going to be one park.
Yeah. And I just, like I said, that's $300 for Casey and I to go just once.
I would rather take that $300 and like put it aside for an annual pass.
Yeah,
when it comes out.
Yeah, whenever they hopefully, and that's another thing I said. Hopefully when they do come out with the annual passes, they're thinking of us loyal fans. That have been there. We spending all our money at downtown Disney,
Yeah.
And there's a lot of us, a lot of loyal Disney fans.
Speaking of downtown Disney, they're doing their new discount thing. So
that's confusing.
Yeah. So I got an email, and originally the email said up until I think it's April 1st or whatever, you can use your hard copy annual pass, but you also have to have the app. And there's like a discount code on the app.
Yeah.
So up until like April 1st, you can use either the app and your hard copy annual pass, or your app and your ID. Those are the only two combinations. And then as of April 1st, it's going to be only your ID and the app. It's a lot.
It is. And, I got that email too, and I downloaded it, and I thought because the way I read it was, you won't need that hard copy no more. Just get it on your phone, and you can use your phone.
I will say this, don't throw the hard copy away though, because I can imagine when we got our annual passes, they said, if you lose this hard copy, it's $20 for a new hard copy. I can imagine if you come back, could be a fee that they could charge if you throw your hard copy away.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't throw it away if you have one.
But then when we went to go use just the app for buying the coffee, the lady asked for ID. She wanted to see the hard copy. Oh, I was so confused.
She wanted to see all of the things.
Yeah, and I was like looking at Casey like, I thought the thing said this is what they're using now. So
she wanted to see all the things, and it was very frustrating.
It was very frustrating.
I think with this Disney Forward, real quick, last thought on it.
Yeah.
Because you said that they're going to submit the plans when?
2024.
I think they're going to try to have it open for their 70th. Because if they can get it done by the 5 or the 0, right? So if 2024, if they do it by 2030, isn't that going to be their
65th? No, just didn't we?
65th, 75th. That would be their 75th.
Yeah.
I think.
So maybe their 70th is.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I think we just did 65.
Yeah, so in 5 years.
So 3 to submit it, and 2 more to build it. It'll take more than 2 years to build on it.
Who knows?
Who knows with the technologies these days?
Right.
So if you watched, was it our last video?
Our last video.
Yeah, it was so long ago. We went to Taste of Boysenberry Fest.
Just Boysenberry Fest.
Of which
it's kind of like a food festival.
Yeah, and there's some rumor going out there that there's a 2-foot long hot dog on a boysenberry bun. I'm here to tell you that it was not found.
That is false.
I am a hot dog lover as well.
Connoisseur.
And there was no 2-foot long hot dog on a boysenberry bun. There is a chicken sausage, normal size, on a boysenberry bun.
Yeah, we didn't try that.
We did not try it. I didn't even see where it was on the menu.
I don't know.
But there's no 2-foot long hot dog. So I don't know if somebody's throwing out a foolery to people or what, but it doesn't exist at Knott's Berry Farm. Sorry.
And I will say this. I feel like I saw pictures of some of their food, and it did not look like the food I was given.
Yeah, I mean, it's the culinary picture thing. Like, you know, like the hamburgers you see on the commercials, you know, and they're like juicy hamburger. That's Vaseline that they put on that burger to make it look all juicy.
They use glue.
Know?
I get
glue for mayonnaise.
Glue for cereal too. I get trapped in those, this is how they really do it kind of videos on Facebook.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the boysenberry popcorn, I feel like around the park we saw pictures of it, and it almost looked like you know how caramel corn is shiny, and then like some of it was purple and some of it was white. None of it looked like it had snot on it.
No, and they take a ladle, and it's just, you know, a little ladle, and in their little hot bucket they pour it over, and it's kind of foamy, and they pour it over it, and you're just like, oh, what is that? But then, you know, another issue is they don't give you a fork or a spoon or something. Like, you got to pick that up with your fingers.
One, it's not soup. You do not eat popcorn with a utensil.
Well, but if it's all wet like that,
it's not made right.
Yeah.
If it's like that,
there's
something wrong with it. Go return it.
To me, it did not have a boysenberry taste, and it did not have a butter taste. So
I still stand by. I don't really know what I tasted.
It didn't have a. It had a foamy taste, a foamy warm taste.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't great.
It had a foamy.
We're actually talking about going to the festival after Easter again, going for a second time.
Yeah.
Because I think what we did wrong on the last video was that we didn't eat all day, and then we got there and we got a couple things and we're like, oh my gosh, we're so full. Like, we don't want to eat anything else.
Yeah.
And then we were tired. It was hot outside. Yeah. So I think we had like long clothes on. Like, we didn't bring shorts. We had our pants on.
And it was done. I don't even remember that day. What day
it was like a blur. But,
and the Salisbury steak.
Exactly.
It was meatloaf.
No, it wasn't.
Meatloaf and
the boysenberry
scalloped
potatoes.
I liked it. It reminded me of an old-fashioned TV dinner. She never grew up on TV dinner. She was like a rich kid and always had
kid
good
cuisines
foods and
kid cuisines and Hot Pockets. Here's the thing, though. I love a good Salisbury steak. You know that. Salisbury steak, mac and cheese, my jam.
She don't like TV dinner, Salisbury steak. I do.
The Stofers.
This was not bad.
It wasn't meatloaf, but it wasn't meatloaf.
It was Salisbury steak.
Okay, so when I give my ticket and ask for the meatloaf, I do not expect Salisbury steak.
Listen, on to that pastrami on the pretzel bun.
Tell me all about it, because I only got one bite.
And the reason she only got one bite was because, like she said, we hadn't eaten literally all day. And then we get the food that you saw, and we start eating, and I was having a low blood sugar, and sometimes when I have a low blood sugar, I just I don't feel like eating, which is not good. And she's like, here, you're going to eat this, and I want you to eat it all now. And I'm sitting there like shoving this thing, trying to get it down. And I ate it all, and it was really good. I wish I had one right now, because
sounds great.
When you have a low blood sugar and you're forcing food, you don't even really taste it. But I liked it.
It had the boysenberry mustard on it, and we bought a jar.
Yeah, I bought a jar of that.
It's really,
We're
really good.
We're going to use that on Easter on our ham, because that's the first thing I thought was, ooh, this would go really good on like the Easter ham. So yeah, that's why I bought it. Choice. Yeah, that's why I bought it.
We're not doing ham. We're doing eggs Benedict.
But you put ham on eggs Benedict.
But you don't put mustard on eggs Benedict.
But you can make a little. You're gonna have Hawaiian rolls. You can make a little ham roll sandwich with mustard on it, right?
We clearly have different thoughts on what should be on food.
Yeah.
The bread pudding. So I didn't get to talk to you guys about the bread pudding because we took it home. Disgusting. I love bread pudding. It didn't look like bread pudding. It looked like
it kind of did.
Gelatinous bread. Wet gelatinous
but there was like
bread.
There was like a bunch of end pieces that
Very
were like
burnt. Yeah.
And I don't know if they were like put the boysenberry on it while they cooked it and then it burnt. But I tasted
like,
it. It didn't
taste like boysenberry.
No, it wasn't. It
was
wasn't
very
good.
bland.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend that. But that cookie sandwich, that was really good.
That thing was huge, and I'm not kidding. It easily weighed 2 pounds.
It could
That's
have
your 2-pound hot dog right there.
If Chrissy and Eric would have been with us, I believe that one sandwich could have fed all 4 of us.
Easily. You could buy that what was it? Boysenberry.
White chocolate macadamia cookie. Delicious.
With vanilla ice cream in the center. You could easily cut that thing in 4s and have more than enough. You'd have a piece that big. No lie. That thing was huge.
You couldn't easily cut it, but you could.
No, you can't. But you can easily have a piece that big. But it was huge. That was worth it.
That was very good. Yeah.
Alonso got the boysenberry beer, and I felt like they didn't give me a boysenberry beer when I ordered it for him.
It didn't taste boysenberry-ish?
It did not taste boysenberry at all. It didn't even look boysenberry.
Sweeter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, either they aren't putting enough boysenberry in them, or they didn't give me a boysenberry.
Maybe because it's later in the season too. I say season, like later in the festival, that they're just kind of like meh. And they had purple corn though. That if we go back, I would like to try that purple corn.
Oh, they had purple corn?
Yeah.
It was purple?
Yeah.
All I saw was a bunch of cheese on it.
Purple cheese.
Yeah. And then the sangria. The sangria was pretty good. Very sweet. I only took a little taste, but very sweet, but very good. It was like a what do they call that? What's the punch that they call at Christmas time? On a Christmas Carol? Is it like
the mulled wine?
Mulled wine. That's what it's like, yeah.
Have you had mulled wine?
I almost called it mulberry wine.
It's mulled. M-U-L.
It's mulled wine, yeah.
Have you ever had that?
No, but
then how do you know?
That's what it looked like. The sangria looked like.
Have you ever seen it?
Mulled wine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
On the movie A Christmas Carol, when they dip in for the mulled wine.
The black and white?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a long week, ladies and gentlemen.
Weird thing. Every time we sit on our couch, my eyes itch. It's like I'm allergic to the couch.
Maybe it's because the dogs get on the couch and you are semi-allergic to dogs.
I guess.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's been a rough week. I really enjoyed the knots. I don't know. Even when you got the food, isn't up to, it's not 5-star. It's not 5-star food. Some of it is.
Some of it's good.
I still have fun there.
It was great. And you know what? Even for all the complaining that we did, me and Lonzo did about them saying there were only 5 Easter eggs and we had to find like 10.
That was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was our mistake, by the way. I figured that out. There was actually 5, but they gave us like the 2 extra ones that we got were clues, not eggs.
Then you shouldn't have scanned an egg. You should have scanned a magnifying glass or something.
It was fun. However, I will throw in the theme park gal's complaint. The pin. I don't even know where one is. It's that big.
In the trash.
I wanted the button. I wanted it to be a button, not like a little tiny button.
Yeah. The pins that you used to get if you went to like Almost Acoustic Christmas or... Comic-Con.
Nice like the buttons that they used to hand out at Disneyland for Earth Day.
At where?
With Jiminy Cricket on
where?
it. At Disneyland.
Where were we?
We were at Knott's Berry Farm,
okay.
but I'm talking about the size.
I know.
I don't know if y'all caught it on the video. When I went into the crystal shop, I was filming and I went, see, they have nice things here at Disneyland. And I went, I go, Lonzo needs to cut that out. And he didn't. So it's left in there. So if you didn't catch it, go back and watch that one. Because I called it Disneyland and we were at Knott's Berry Farm. Another area I liked that we went to that I hadn't been to in a long time was Boot Hill. And you put your foot on, what's his name?
Stompin'
And you can feel his...
Yeah.
And you can feel that on your foot. If you haven't been to that part of Knott's Berry Farm, go over there, Boot Hill. And then when the park's actually going, the train goes right by there. And it's actually kind of fun.
I think it would be cool if they could have the train running during Boysenberry Festival.
Yeah, I do too. You could like social distance because the Knott's train is very open.
It's open, yeah.
Just like Disney's train.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you could, but
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm hoping that now, like we said, Alonzo and Eric and Chrissy are going to go to the Touch of Disney April 15th. So they'll let us know how that food is, if it's up to par.
And it'll be good.
On that.
It'll be good because Chrissy and Eric have gone to other Tastes of Knott's with us. And then Lonzo
just went
to this one, so he'll be able to compare.
Yeah.
I am going to be interested to see what his options are as a vegan are going to be, because
I don't think there's many.
While I do feel like he's very limited even at Knott's Berry Farm, but like he loves those meatballs. He loved that chili stew
At the Knott's
thing.
one, they at least gave him like 5 good food
Portions,
options.
yeah.
And then the alcoholic drinks too.
Yeah.
And non-alcoholic drinks as well. I don't think Disney listed but 2 maybe vegan
The other ones I
options.
think you have to modify.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
He's going to actually film for us.
Yeah.
Chrissy, Eric, and Lonzo will be the stand-in theme park gals
for that episode.
Yeah. So that's very lovely that they're going
But
to
you'll see us because we'll introduce it and talk about it and all that jazz.
Put our hatred in on how we aren't there.
Our complaints. What I was going to say is I really hope, at least for Knott's, that they continue the taste ofs.
They're great.
When the park opens and stuff. They're supposed to open up in May, by the way, which I'm very excited for as well. I think we're going to get annual passes to that.
Yeah, we're talking about that. What I really like is, I'm really big into Halloween. That's my favorite holiday. And Diane will go to Haunt with me. That's the only one that she'll go to. She won't go to Shipwreck. She won't go to Halloween Horror Nights. None of it.
Nope.
She will go to Haunt with me, though.
And the reason I'll go to Haunt is I worked it. So I basically know those monsters and all.
Yeah.
The other places, nope, don't trust it.
So I really like that they have, for like $99, you can add a Haunt pass and you'll get to every haunt for the season.
Yeah.
If you go 2 or 3 times, it's paid for itself.
Right, because it's so fun.
Yeah, so like we could go one night with Lonzo, we could go with Chrissy and Eric, we could go
by ourselves.
My sister might come down in October because they really like the Halloween stuff. So I really think that we would use it, and it would be nice to be on a weekend. Hey, you want to just go to Haunt?
Yeah, and they usually have like 13 mazes. So like if you don't want to do all 13, which we've done all 13 in one night, and we were like dead. It was like that's the perfect line for a Halloween. We were dead. And if you got that, you can go every day. You can go
whenever.
Let's go a couple of mazes. Go catch a show because they do shows.
They have really good shows.
Go get something to eat and go home. You can do it that way.
Yeah.
You can just take your time. I think that's great. I hope we're able to get Haunt in as well. With the restrictions. It looks like California is getting ready to go down to the orange tier.
At least Orange County is.
And the orange tier is the second to the last tier. I think it was yellow is the last tier. So that means if we do go to orange tier, instead of 15% capacity at the parks, Disney's going to be allowed 25%. Yeah, because I think the last is 35%. So they'll be allowed 25% capacity. And I kind of think that's, I think Gavin Newsom's helping the theme parks out now because they complained so much of how he handled it in the beginning. So yeah, but I really hope Knott's stays with. I know they do the Boysenberry Fest every year.
Every year they do, yeah, and they do a Christmas one usually, like the Christmas Bazaar.
Yeah,
but
they've never done the Taste of Merry Farm. That was so fun.
Such fun.
Really better keep doing that.
Yeah, I have.
Can
a
you
lot
imagine
of fun
them
with
doing
those.
that? Like how when we went, they had all those lights and display, And now you got characters walking around
So
and stuff.
fun.
How fun. Remember the scary bunny we took a picture with?
Do you remember the 2 scary bunnies in the Woodstock?
Yes. Oh, also, we had taken a picture with Snoopy.
We did.
And we were so excited. And it shows us in the video where we're in line with the picture with Snoopy. And then there was no picture. And the reason for that is we sat there and posed, kept our mask on and posed with Snoopy. And Snoopy was behind us. When we went to go buy the photo, you could see like Snoopy's nose right here, and then like his eyes. You could barely.
He was like behind head.
Yeah, you could see nothing else. Just Snoopy and like part of an ear and a nose.
The bunny ears.
But you couldn't see like he was doing this. You couldn't see any of that.
None of it.
And then the other picture.
Oh!
Earthquake.
She's lying. There wasn't an earthquake.
The other picture
With the Easter Bunny.
with Snoopy.
Oh, Snoopy, yeah.
It was just like half of his memory.
Yeah.
It was like this.
It was atrocious. So we didn't buy them because I couldn't
No.
justify spending
$20
$20
a picture.
on that.
So that's why we got the Easter Bunny one. We thought that one was
Yeah,
cute.
that's a cute picture.
Yeah.
We like it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was.
So yeah, I think,
That's it.
yeah.
It's late. We'll go to bed.
Yeah, it's late. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to click the like button, please. Subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, hey, check out the Theme Park Gals and go subscribe and like to them.
They're all right.
Remember, the Theme Park Gals give out a gift to every 100th subscriber. So get to subscribing. And we've already sent out those other gifts.
The packages, yeah. And
Yeah.
if you're referred or if you refer somebody, you get a gift too.
Exactly. You just have to let us know, hey, I referred that person for your 200th subscriber, and you'll get a gift as well. And I tried to show you guys all that when we sent the other people their gifts, but they sent them in a different format, and I couldn't. Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah. But they got their gifts. They got really nice packages and stuff.
I
So
hope you guys enjoyed them.
yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you didn't, then we're the truckers. So if you did enjoy it, we're the Theme Park Gals. Thanks, everybody.
A movie quote.
Oh, what's a movie quote? So I got more to talk about. The Falcon and Winter Soldier. Are you guys watching it?
Oh my gosh, it's so great.
It's fun. And I want to talk about WandaVision. Did everybody watch WandaVision?
Yeah, they did like 5 weeks ago.
Oh my God. No. Listen, we watched, this is a spoiler alert.
It's only spoiling you.
If you haven't seen WandaVision, watch it. Oh my gosh, the ending made me cry. It was so sad, and I want there to be more, and I just don't think there's gonna be more.
No, there's no more
See?
WandaVisions.
like
Hawkeye and Winter Soldier. Falcon and Winter Soldier is great.
It's good.
She fell asleep during the last one though, so.
I did that in the beginning of WandaVision too, so.
And Mighty Ducks. I was actually a little skeptical on Mighty Bucks.
Mighty Bucks.
Mighty Ducks. I watched the first episode while she was sleeping. I really liked it. I
is
enjoyed
it a show?
It's a show. It's a series.
Oh, nice.
I really enjoyed it. I'll watch it with you if you want to watch it.
I don't know.
And Emilio Estevez is looking more and more like his father.
Oh, he's looking like Charlie Sheen.
Crazy amounts of Charlie Sheen in that man.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know that was a show. But yeah, I cried and I was very sad at WandaVision.
It was good.
But it was good. And Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah.
also good. Yeah, I would recommend watching all of them. Have you noticed that like Diane this whole time has been playing with Gormagon behind me? Like
Grogu.
Excuse me. This one's name is Gormagon. I have its birth certificate.
It makes noise. This is one of those Build-A-Bears. Let's see if we can hear it. Oh, he kept going.
And he smells good.
Yeah. Let me see what he smells like.
He still smells good.
Yeah. He smells very perfumey and flowery. So,
Gormagon.
yeah.
So with that, our movie quote.
Our movie quote.
is from Incredibles.
Okay.
2.
Incredibles 2. Where's it at?
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Helen Parr says, so things haven't spiraled out of control the moment I left.
It's a question, not a statement. You want to try again?
Okay. Helen Parr.
You want me to read it?
You read
You want me
it.
to do it?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to try
Yeah,
again?
no, you go.
So things haven't spiraled out of control the moment I left? Things spiraled out of control on the 18th.
Things spiral out of control right here.
All the time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good
Bye,
night.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.